Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Inka and I'm a Nigerian YouTuber based in Ibadan, Nigeria. If it's your first time stopping by, you darling, I'm most definitely welcome. Now in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the consequences of having sex, which is essentially the same thing as consequences of losing your virginity. A few weeks ago, I made a video on the truth about losing your virginity, and in that video, I went to town with every single detail that I believe that you should know before you lose your virginity, especially if you are a young lady who is curious or you just want to have some information. And if you haven't checked out that video, I'm going to link it up in the card so that you can definitely check it out and come up to speed to where we are as of today. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the consequences of having sex. I generally believe that female health topics shouldn't be so hush-hush. As you can tell, I'm a doctor, and I believe that women should be able to make informed decisions about their female health and not just do things because they were told to do them or because they were told not to do them. I hope that makes sense to you. So if you want to see more about that, then please keep on watching. So you want to have sex, but how can you do that safely? Let us bear in mind that the consequences of having unprotected sexual intercourse include sexually transmitted infections, also known as STIs, and unwanted pregnancies. Now, generally, as a rule of thumb, the way to prevent both of these things is to be abstinent. But since you've decided that you want to have sex, the next best thing to do would be to make informed decisions on how you can stay safe. Now, for contraceptives, there are two basic methods of preventing pregnancy. We have the physical or barrier method, and we have the hormonal methods. Now for the physical or barrier method, we have things like condoms, which include male or female condoms. Male condoms are generally more popular than female condoms. You generally just wear the condoms on top of the penis and then you're good to go. They work by trapping the semen inside the condom and preventing it from entering into the woman's body to cause a pregnancy. Female condoms, on the other hand, require some skill with knowing how to insert it and remove it so that you don't spill the sperm cells into the body, and that will be counterproductive. I hope you understand what I mean. So in general, male condoms are readily more available than female condoms. They are cheaper and they are also easier to use than female condoms. And if you use them properly, they have an effectiveness of up to 98% as opposed to female condoms, which have a much lower effectiveness. That being said, we also have things like calendar method. This essentially is just you monitoring monthly cycle, knowing when you are ovulating, knowing your safe period, knowing your unsafe period, all of that. You would need to know, is my cycle 28 days? Is it 30 days? Is it 32 days? I personally have an app on my phone that I use, and it is called Flow. I've been using this app for a while now, and it has proven to be very effective with helping me plan my cycle. Now, I should mention, this video is not sponsored by Flow, although I wish they were sponsoring the video, but it is not sponsored by Flow. I've just been using the app for a while and I really like it, hence the reason why I'm sharing this with you. So the app basically tells you your ovulation period, your safe period, and when to avoid having sex if you don't want to be pregnant. The next method I'm going to be talking about is basal body temperature. Now this involves you monitoring your body's temperature every day to be able to detect when there's an increase in your basal body temperature. Usually during ovulation, the basal body temperature increases just a little bit, and you would need a thermometer to be able to detect that. Now, if you monitor your temperature regularly, you would be able to detect when this temperature rise occurs. It would be best for you to prevent intercourse around that period if you want to prevent unwanted pregnancies. Now, I should mention, condoms are effective in helping you prevent sexually transmitted infections, and have been found to be around 85% effective in people who use them as opposed to population who did not use any condoms. Now, I'm going to be moving on from the physical or barrier method to the hormonal methods. And in the hormonal methods, there are two major hormones that play a role with helping you regulate your cycle and essentially whether or not you're going to get pregnant. And these two major hormones are progesterone and estrogen. The hormonal contraceptives are usually either a combination of progestin and estrogen or progestin only. Now, progestin works by causing the uterine mucus to thicken, and it stops the sperm cells from being able to swim up to reach the eggs. While estrogen, on the other hand, completely stops the release of the egg in the first place. So if there's no egg, then there's no fertilization. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Like I said before, it can be a combination of those two hormones, or it can be progestin only. Now, there are different types of hormonal contraceptives, and I'm just going to be running through them briefly. If you want to know more about that, then please speak with your doctor, who is going to give you more information about this subject matter. The first one I'm going to be talking about is the pill. And then we have two types of pills, which are the combination oral contraceptives pill and the progestin only contraceptive pill. Now, the general rule of thumb is that you have to take this pill every single day at about the same time. Usually you have to take these pills for 3 weeks and then not take them at all for the 4th week. But because we want to help with compliance, the drug companies have been able to make a placebo, which is usually like a blood tonic, for the 4th week, so that it helps to build a habit and you don't forget that you are on a schedule. So many times the companies have 3 weeks of the pills and a 4th week of a placebo. The next one I'm going to be talking about is the internal contraceptive, and by this I mean the intrauterine contraceptive devices. We have the hormonal ones and the copper ones. Now, the hormonal ones usually have progestin on them, and they can last for up to 5 years in the body. It's usually a T-shaped material that is inserted into the uterus to help to prevent pregnancy, while copper ones can last up to 10 years, and they basically work by causing inflammation of the uterus, which then kills the sperm cells because it makes the uterine environment hostile, and so the sperm cells cannot thrive in that environment. Next one I'm going to be talking about is the emergency contraceptive, popularly known as Postinor 2 in our environment, that, if used within the first 24 hours, can prevent pregnancy up to 95% of the time. This is something that you shouldn't be using every day. It is only used during emergency situations. If you want an everyday contraceptive, please do well to speak to your doctor, who is going to enlighten you more on the different available options and which one will work for you best. The next one I'm going to be talking about is the implants, and the implants generally have different types, one that can last for 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, depending on your needs. The implants are generally inserted in the medial part of the upper arm. It should be noted that fertility usually returns spontaneously once you have taken out the implant or you have stopped taking the oral contraceptive pills. There are other types of contraceptives too, and I'm just going to gloss over them, and there are the transdermal patch, which you apply literally on the abdomen every single day for 3 weeks, and you don't apply it for the 4th week. And then we also have the injectables like Depo-Provera, which is essentially a hormone that you inject into the body, and it has a long-lasting effect for about 3 months. Unlike the other contraceptive methods, Depo-Provera, which is an injectable contraceptive, causes slowed return to fertility. So unlike the other ones, once you stop taking Depo-Provera, you don't go back to being fertile immediately. If it's important for fertility to return to you immediately after you stop taking the contraceptives, then I wouldn't recommend Depo-Provera or an injectable as a means of contraceptive. Again, I should state, these contraceptives, except for the male and female condoms, do not prevent sexually transmitted infections. So if you want to prevent sexually transmitted infections, the gold standard would be abstinence. Next best thing would be to be exclusive to one partner. And exclusivity has to be that you are exclusive to your partner and your partner is also exclusive to you. It has to be a two-way street. Both of you have to be exclusive to each other. If you guys have any questions about this, please leave them down in the comment section. I'll be sure to answer these questions as soon as I can. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget, like I said, give this video a massive thumbs up if you enjoy it. Hit that subscribe button down below to join this family, and share this video with everyone who cares to watch it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.